Dr. Othie also told me that 44 people overdose on opiate pain medicine every single day. PRP injections are a way to eliminate the use of narcotics altogether. If you or your athlete who has been suffering from pain or an injury would like to find out more information about how to receive these injections, you can visit our website at cbs7.com. They take it and they spin it for 8 minutes in a test tube like this. Then the PRP is extracted from the tube and then it will be inserted into the patient's injury. That's right, Tatum. I am here at MCH where the third victim in today's incident was airlifted via helicopter. Jay and Tatum, in a small community like Monahans where support for the local law enforcement is generally very strong, it's easy to see why some members of this tight-knit community may have been a little upset by the comment made by the Westar Autoplex employee. Thank you, Jay. I'm here at Sam Houston Elementary where 8-year-old Miguel was last seen. I'm actually going to have my photographer pan so that you can see that there are 2 Odessa Police Department units. At this time, we do know that there were 12 officers looking for 8-year-old Miguel, and at this time, we can confirm that they have found the boy. The 2 units that were here sped off in a hurry. Right now, what we're looking at is an encore power outage map for the Permian Basin, and as you can see, these numbers here indicate the number of power outages that we're looking at for each area affected by these storms. I want to focus right here on the Odessa area. West Odessa, of course, being the area most affected by this. As you can see, 33 power outages right now, which means somewhere in the ballpark of 1,000 people without power right now. Thieves stole a wide range of baseball equipment, including bats, gloves, and catcher's attire. They also stole food and snacks. And when they first came, they tried to enter through the concessions. When that didn't work, they came around to the other side and clipped these locks. The Sands Mustangs, coming off of a playoff appearance last year, have even higher goals this season. The 7-4 team returns a senior all-star defensive back to the 1A Division II football school. The junior class will play a huge role in dictating the way that this season plays out. Midland, Texas definitely is not the soccer capital of the world, and that can make recruiting talent difficult sometimes. The players that do come here say that they come for one reason. That's right, Tatum. We are just a few hours away from kickoff, but first, we have a couple questions for head coach Justin Kerrigan. Coach Kerrigan, 2 games in, still undefeated. How does it feel? Welcome back to Falcon Focus. Let's talk player spotlights from this week. We're going to start on the offensive side of the ball. Freshman wide receiver Christian Brown from Waco is my offensive player of the week. The Falcon wideout pulled down 5 catches for 43 yards, capping it out with 2 touchdowns, both in the second half. He looks to be quarterback Cameron Mathis's main target on the field this season. We'll have to see coming up again this week against Arizona Christian. Jay and Coach, take it away. Hey Jake, well, as you know, things did not go the way that the Midland Rockhounds would have hoped that they would here in Game 3 of their series against the Naturals tonight. Of course, they were hoping for that sweep, but just couldn't get things going here in the first. Thank you so much, Jay. Well, as you mentioned, I'm here at Grande Communications Stadium where Midland High and Midland Lee are set to battle it out on the football field tonight. 1961, an important year as it was the first time ever that these 2 teams met on the gridiron. Of course, Midland Lee taking the win in that first game 15-6. The Lee Rebels also leading the all-time series with 35 wins compared to the Bulldogs 18. Now, this is the 56th time that the crosstown rivals will meet on the football field. Head coach Craig Yenzer is 8-6 in his term with the Midland High Bulldogs. Of course, Midland Lee head coach Clint Hartman in his first season with the Rebels. He joins me now. Coach Hartman, not only is this your first rival game, but it's also your first district matchup. What can we expect to see from your guys tonight? A comment made by a Westar Autoplex employee on social media has sparked conversation about more than just car sales, and it has some in the community asking why.
Very distressing. I mean, to know that with everything that's already going on, to make comments like that, you know, it puts people at unease already. You know, people are already scared of what's going on.
Rebecca Watson is referring to the Facebook status posted by Eric Sweetwater, an employee of the Westar Autoplex car dealership in Monahans. The post reads, quote, "Friends, come see me at Westar Autoplex so we can put you in a brand new car today, before you have a breakdown in the road and end up dead at the hands of your local police. You're never too far from Westar. #wake up." In light of the recent shooting in Tulsa, some residents of Monahans are outraged by this political stance and say that instead, communities should be standing together to back their local law enforcement officials who had nothing to do with that incident and risk their lives for others every day.
People need to learn how to keep their mouths shut. I mean, anytime you open your mouth, you're going to put your foot in it, so just stop.
That should be taken off of, and that's not what social media is about, is talking about people, and especially about politics, and if you don't know anything about it, so.
For some, these issues hit especially close to home.
There's other ways to make political statements, most definitely. I mean, our police go out and put their lives on the line every day already, and it's a very big business here in our town, and yeah, I'm very shocked.
Westar Auto Complex issued a statement on Facebook in response to the incident saying, quote, "In no way does our ownership or management group agree with that post. We wholeheartedly support our law enforcement personnel locally as well as nationally. We cannot be more clear on this subject. That type of behavior is not acceptable, nor will it be tolerated." I reached out to Eric Sweetwater for a statement. He has declined to make one right now, but promises that he will have one in the forthcoming days. In Monahans, Sarah Holden, CBS 7 News. Bull riding has been called the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports.
Pistol Robinson gets rocked.
Saddling up on a 2,000-pound animal is not for everyone. The sport has been dominated by men over the years, but August Hopper hopes to change that.
Round 2, August Hopper.
17-year-old Hopper has been riding bulls for 10 years now.
First time I got bucked off, they said I'd never be back, and here I am 10 years later, getting on.
Her biggest challenge now isn't necessarily the bull, but proving that she belongs with the boys.
They just say it's not for girls, a lot of people have told me oh, you don't want to get your face messed up, you don't want to be doing this because you could get hurt, you could get stepped on and never have kids again.
The Mangum, Oklahoma native has won a handful of events in her short career. She said that the boys hate it when she beats them.
I've been doing it just as long as they have, so it's really no different. I just have long hair.
Girls are beginning to get into everything now, and you can't treat them different. I mean, if they can compete and be successful, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no reason nobody should say they can't.
Doyle Hopper rode bulls over 30 years ago. He now trains his son and daughter.
She rides really hard, tries probably as hard as any cowboy out there, hits the ground as hard as anybody and harder than lots of them.
It is happening! Look at it. Oh, he's going to be some points. Man.
Cody Custer is a world champion rider. He won the finals in 1992 in Las Vegas. While Custer is a family friend of the Hoppers, he doesn't see a future for women in the sport.
August Hopper rides better than most of these boys, so I can't say anything about her, but she's a young lady that's on the verge of having to go to the next step, which I very highly doubt she'll do that. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen ever. Someday it might, but there's not a great opportunity for a young lady to become a professional bull rider, really.
August knows that she has a lot to prove, but her ultimate goal has stayed the same since she first started riding.
I'll be the first girl in the PBR, and that'll be a big step for women joining male-dominated sport.
On a roster full of freshmen and sophomores, Corian Brooks has made his mark as the only senior on the first ever Falcon football team.
I think it's a very special situation. I feel very blessed to be here. I mean, I really look forward not only to my senior year, but seeing these young guys grow and seeing what happens to them within the next couple of years, and really just how this program builds for the future.
Not many athletes would choose to leave a program they're already established in to risk joining a brand new one. But Coach Kerrigan and his staff have history with Corin, as they were his coaches at his former school, Tarleton State University. They made a big impact on him from the start.
The reason why I chose to come to UTBB was because of Coach Kerrigan and Coach Minio and Coach Martin as well. They're really good people. When I went to Charleston, they treated me like family, and I really look up to them as men.
Corin hopes that his legacy will be a man the younger players could look up to, a leader of the first ever Falcon football team.
We all are coming in to do the same thing, but the only difference is that I've had some experiences, and I've tried to use that to like help the young dudes, try to mentor them a little bit, help them just with their technique and everything, just to get better, give them advice if they need some help.
As for his expectations for this year's team,
even if we're a first-year program, if we come together just like everybody else, we can compete with anybody.
My passion is soccer, and I think that's the main motive that brought me here to America.
It's the first time I've actually been to America just myself, or anywhere really.
the Soccers FC is a premier developmental league that brings athletes from around the world together in one place, Midland, Texas. This year's team roster includes 13 players from other countries, including Brazil, Spain, Finland, Serbia, South Africa, Honduras, and Liberia. Jamie Masson moved an hour away from his family at age 16 to play professionally in Aberdeen, Scotland. He told me that West Texas has been a tougher transition.
Well, it's just a lot of flat land, really. Back in Scotland, just massive hills, and I've been hill climbing in Scotland. I can't see a hill to go hill climbing here, so it's a lot different from here.
Kyle Ruiz came to America from Brazil because he wanted the opportunity to get a good education, all while playing soccer at the same time. Ruiz studies at Oklahoma Wesleyan University and plays there during the school year, but he comes to Midland to train in the off-season.
There are very good players here from Europe or New Zealand or even Africa. So I would say I have been learning a lot with those guys. It's a very good experience. They have all different characteristics, so it's good.
Midland, Texas definitely is not the soccer capital of the world, and that can make recruiting talent difficult sometimes. The players that do come here say that they come for one reason.
I'm trying to become a professional soccer player, so this is a big thing. I think that's the thing actually that drives me the most to keep here, like keep pursuing my dream.
Just for the love of the game, really. Just try to come out here and make a living to play football back home. It's called soccer here, so hopefully come out to play soccer after the PDL's finished. Look at maybe go professional.
It's a hard recruiting thing, you know. A lot of the guys with so many PDL teams in places like San Francisco and Florida, it's hard for us, you know, but the reputation we've had as coaches, the soccer's an absolutely fantastic organisation, and I feel like that kind of sells itself. It's got a good reputation, and the things that we can offer the guys is one of the big tools that we get to get them here.
The Soccers will look for their 6th straight win tomorrow right here at Grande Communications Stadium. Reporting from Midland, Sarah Holden, CBS 7 Sports.